Imagine we all are at a line. This line is called a race, RACE. The race. I want to title this live recording on Friday, August 7th at 0300 hours, 4 minutes. In this race, we all are born. We all are given, quote unquote, the same opportunity in this race. Whether you start at lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, lane 4, lane 5, lane 6, lane 7, lane 8. You can run 100 meters, the 200 meter, the 400 meters, the 800, and the 1500. And you are given the same opportunity, or are you? Because I know in the 100 meter, everybody have a straightaway and a 200. But once you make it to the 400 or 800, the lanes that have it the hardest is lane 6, 7, and 8. Because you have to make this turn. Lane 1 is the best lane. It's designed to be the best lane. Because as you turn, you're doing the less amount of work. And imagine that no matter what, you are always in lane 8. And lane 8 has the biggest turn because they are on the outside. If you don't realize this, go outside and it's a turn. Go to the turn and go farther out and make that turn. Do it walking, do it on a bike or skateboard, skates, rollerblades, and in your car. Now do that on the farthest you can go to the end of the lane on each, whether you're walking or in the vehicle or you're using some type of object to go into motion. Now do it closest to the curb where you turn. And I want you to do it at the same speed. The outside lane, do it at the same speed. And see if you can get it the same way. And then do it the inside lane. And then try the middle. Do it on, if you can, do it on a right enough. And when you get done, calculate your results. And then after you get done, I want to ask you, which lane was it the easiest for you to run in or to move your object that you utilize to do the lanes? Well, majority of the time, the easiest lane would be 1 through 4. Those are given to the best runners. How are they the best runners? They go through a qualification period. But as a beings on this earth, there's no qualification period. I am born and you are born. We both learn, talk, and walk. Usually within the standard of 4 years, we all are potty trained. We have some type of speech, and we have some type of mechanical ability that's all similar. Now imagine you go through life, but remember there's lanes 1 through 8. You say all race is the same, RACE. But then you start realizing it's not the same. Because if you think about it, if you on lane 1 through 4, it's easy to make that turn than when you are through lane 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's harder to make that turn. You have to go wider. And usually going wider, so let's change the analogy. You have a goalpost, and if it's regular standard goalpost and somebody kick it, but every time you get up to the goalpost and somebody else and you about to kick it, they move it more to the left or more to the right. And they make the uprights skinnier. So what happens? It make it harder for you to kick it. Now you make it and the other person make it, they uprights don't get skinnier or get moved. It stays in the same place. They just get pushed farther back. As you go farther back, they push it more to the left. Why? And they keep it centered in the field. Right? The field, the width. They keep the ball centered. So they move it back 10 yards, 20 yards. But as you move back 10 yards, 20, they keep it centered and they move the goalpost to the left and they make the upright skinnier and give you left. Then you make it. You do all of that. Now let's do this. We all graduate from high school or a type of higher learning. We go to another institution known as college or a university, and we all get our same diploma. And it's a degree, which is of different standards. But the standard we're just going to use is the 4-year degree called a bachelor's. And we both go for the same position at a company. We graduate with low or high honors. One of us get that position, the other one don't. What happened to the person that don't get? So someone get the position, the other person don't. What happened to that person that don't get back? They go for another place. They go it against. So if it's 5,000 people graduated with that same degree, what happens? I'm keeping it right there. No, I'm not going to go ahead. I got another one for you. Because I know what you're going to say. Now this person keep going around and not getting it. What is the difference between that person that got it and the person that didn't get it? That's a question for you. Now let's switch it up. 2 people, now they are business minded, financial literacy, and they both start a business. One business, the person has bad manners, not really good, basically overall hospitality towards people, but has a great deal of clientele. The other person, great at their job, they're good at whatever they're doing. They're both good at it. Have a less clientele, but actually has to market more, does a little bit better in the hospitality. They have less people. What's the difference between those 2 people? And I raise this question because this is a race. They say we all are created equal. We all are the same. But when we run the race, we are put in different lanes. When we kick, sometimes it's farther back or it's moved more. Then no matter how much a person persevere or do more, that don't mean that person is not successful. Because remember, it's a race. What is success to you? Not all the time a success to a person is the money or a tax bracket that is associated with. You know the difference between a rich person, middle class, and a poor person? Well, I'm going to start at the poor person. The poor usually rob from the poor because that's what the rich did to the poor. See, it's easy to start a business within your local, quote-unquote, neighbor and surrounding, what we call community, because those people buy from you. But those are the same people that probably don't have the most support, but they still doing their best to support. But you are poor because everything you have is an expense. Everything. You get money and leave your pocket. It leave your account. That's the expense. You are poor. That's what poor is. Middle class, you have a great career. You might have a decent business. But your house and your car, you're paying every time you get your money from your business, you're paying it out. That is called a liability. But you live in comfortably because you are able to afford it. That's why you are called middle class. Well, for the rich, you know what they do? They take their $200 and then they go invest it and they create them $400. And they $400, create them $800, and $800, create them $1,600. And sometimes it doubles and it triples or get larger. It's not off the backs of, because I have my own business and it work. When we try to use Steve Jobs, sometimes examples are not the same example that you need because we are in a race. They say he worked hard, but did he work hard or did it work for him? That's a question. Why is is someone else successful and you not? And then what you do, you question, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? But you're doing nothing wrong. You were doing nothing less than or greater than, or sometimes you might go above and beyond out of your way to do the same thing someone else did. And you might even do it longer. But you cannot sustain because you don't have the clientele support or customer service. But the other person, it didn't matter because it worked for them. See, and that's the thing in this race nobody talk about. But then they say, who is the race is to it? R-A-C-E space I-S. Race is. Who wins the races? And what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. But just because that worked for that person, I don't mean it's going to work for you. I do not marginalize or maximize a person's success based off another person's duty. Because I seen people work harder than people that have great success, and I seen people work lower than people and have great success. What is the formula? We don't know. Shalom.